Hello there and welcome to SNMB Academy. In this video we're going to learn about powers and indices. Now let's say I have 5 to the power of 1. Now in this we have the number 5 and then we have 1. So first we need to realize what each of these numbers mean. This 5 is my base. It's my base number. And that 1 on top is the power, which means that I am giving this my base number 5 to the power of 1. So I'm multiplying 5 just once. So that's just be itself as 5 equals to 5. However, if I say 5 to the power of 2, now that means that I'm multiplying 5 by itself 2 times. So that'll be 5 multiplied by 5, which gives me 25. Likewise, if I have 5 to the power of 3, now that means I'm multiplying 5 by itself 3 times. So that'll be 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5, which gives me 125. So whatever my base number is and whatever power I put it to, that means that I am multiplying my base by itself that many times. So if that's 5 to the power of 3, I'll be multiplying 5 3 times. If that is 10 to the power of 5, I'll be multiplying 10 by itself 5 times. So that's just us understanding what the powers are. Now let's say if I tell you that what is 5 to the power of 0. Now a lot of people, the first thing that will come to their head would be there's nothing is 0 because 5 is power of 0. But that is wrong, because I am actually giving it power of something, which means that there is an existence. It cannot be 0. 0 means that it doesn't exist. So it is an existence. So whatever any number is the power of 0, the answer to that is just 1. Anything to the power of 0 would be 1. Be it be 5 to the power of 0, 1. 8 to the power of 0, 1. I want to say 12 to the power of 0, 1. Anything to the power of 0 would be 1. So now there are actually some rules as to how you can operate the powers. So adding powers, subtracting powers. So let's just say we learn about how to add powers. Let's just go. Okay, so let's say if I have 8 to the power of 5 multiplied by 8 to the power of 4. Now when I have a multiplication sign and higher powers in which I am multiplying the two, 8 to the power 5 and 8 to the power 4. First, in order to do it, we all need to remember that my base needs to be the same. We cannot have different bases. So in multiplying, what happens to the power actually? Powers would add. So in this case, 8 to the power 5 times 8 to the power 4. So the base will stay the same always. And my powers would add 5 plus 4. That's 9. Let's say if I have a division now. So let's just make that B. So we can use any letters. That's the beauty of algebra. Use any letters. So let's say if I have B to the power of 7 over B to the power of 2. Now in division, my powers subtract always. So in there, my answer would become B, again, base will stay as it is. 7 take away 2, that's 5. B to the power of 5. And likewise, if I have now C to the power of 3, bracket 4. In brackets, my powers would multiply. So again, base stays the same as C. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So that will be C to the power of 12. Your powers do not divide. So these are the 3 rules that we need to learn and make sure that we apply them. So obviously these are basic, basic examples to help us understand better. So I've just got a few questions at the bottom here in which we can practice. So let's say some questions like this. So what we're doing here is we've got numbers 7 and 3. So first we'll just multiply the numbers together. So 7 multiplied by 3, since it's multiply sign, so that would be 21. So then we're looking at the W's. So we have W here, multiplications. And so we know with the W are both, so W would be there. And the powers would add. Now W doesn't have a power here, which means the power is just 1. So W is 1 here plus 3 over here, that would be 4. Then if we look at the next one, that's X. X is here and X is also here. So X is to the power of 2, and here X is just alone, which means the power is 1. So base is X, let's just write X there. And what number is it? 2 here plus 1, that's 3. And why are we adding powers? Because we've just learned that above that in multiplying, the powers would add. Now let's have a look at the next one. Now in next one again, we have the division sign. This is a division sign. Okay, that can be referred to as fractions or the division sign. Now 15 divided by 3, that's the first thing that we'll do. Okay, because it's numbers. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So whenever we're doing these kind of questions, we always got to make sure that we are looking at term by term. So we look at number first, then we look at A's, then we look at B's. Do not rush and do everything all together, because that's just not how it's going to work. It will complicate things for you. So now let's just have a look at A. A3 divided by A2. Okay, so a to the power 3 divided by a to the power 2. That means base would obviously stay the same as A, and my powers will subtract since it's dividing. So 3 take away 2 is 1. So now you don't need to write the 1. A alone means it's just 1. Now looking at next one, B. B to the power of 7 divided by B to the power of 3. So B, it goes as it is, and my powers will subtract. 7 take away 3, that's 4. So very nice and easy. If you think you have understood it, so I've got the last one here. Go ahead and try to do that one yourself. Okay, so in this one what we'll do is we've got multiplying at top and then it's dividing. Some people are going to think that's too much happening in that question. So what we're going to do is we are going to solve the top one first. Okay, so that's Q times to the power of 3, multiplied by Q to the power of 4 multiplied by Q. So that gives us Q. We know that all of it is Q is the base, so that is Q, and the powers add 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, that's 8. Okay, and now that this top part is simplified to Q to the power of 8, and our bottom number, just write that again, and our bottom number is Q to the power of 2. And now that makes it very easy for us. We can just easily do it. So we know that Q base will stay the same, and the powers are going to subtract. So 8 take away 2 is 6. So the answer is Q to the power of 6. So very nice and easy, quite straightforward again. Just making sure we're taking it step by step and we are understanding our power rules over here.